Well, alright then, hello there. So in one of my previous videos I did talk about that I wanted to check out and talk about how the game did under the time of the second anniversary, because anniversaries are the biggest celebrations in a game, in most of these gacha games, and I mean they are needed because that is when the revenue comes in, like the big boy revenue numbers for most gachas. And yeah, I just want to check out how the game did and show you of course the sensor tower info, because I mean sensor tower, by the way, is the website that I screenshot this from back in August, because I was getting ready for this video back then to show how the revenue changed, if it changed, or and such. So as you can see, August was a pretty slow month for the game. And so the game made 100k revenue on the iTunes store, and it's the same on the Google Play Store. By the way, this game is not the biggest gacha game in the world, so the revenue numbers are, by the way, not that big for in terms of a gacha game. If we're talking about gacha games, this is not a big revenue number. But for an SAO gacha, this is good. So going over to October, the game made a bit more. We can see here by numbers. Both sides, by the way, made the same amount. So you know it got better from August. And then we come to November. Now that is when the second anniversary began. At the end, of course. So, I mean, the numbers are not gonna change that much, but we can see that much more people are downloading the game during November, and the revenue is like the same as in October or in previous months. By the way, the game always makes this much, like most of the time. It like fluctuates between 100 and 200k on both sides. But usually the Japan side of the game is what really carries this, because they usually make like double this amount, or maybe even triple this amount, depending on which side we're talking about. I will show it right here. So now let's go over to the December info, because that is what really matters. So the numbers didn't change. This is Google Play. So we can basically say that the game made normal revenue on the global side of the game, because nothing changed. I will leave a link in, by the way, down below for the website if you want to check out yourself. You can actually check out like almost every app's revenue. Like we can basically type in Genshin Impact and you can just click on Android, and yeah, you'll see that yeah, they're on another level. I don't know what to say. Like, the game making normal revenue even under the second anniversary is not the best thing, at least not in my opinion, because revenue is what these guys need, and if they don't see that change in revenue, I don't know what they're gonna do, honestly. I mean, they have already switched producers before. I think after the first anniversary, if I remember right, like in the beginning of last year. And as we can see, it's like not getting much better. But again, just like I said a minute ago, is that Japan is carrying this game. So yeah, I mean, the Japanese side of the game has always been making way more and been carrying the game in terms of revenue. So yeah, this is where the game is right now. So of course there could be many issues that cause these problems. I mean, this gacha game wasn't really made to make big money, or I don't know what they were waiting for, but Bandai usually has like gacha games that they put all their resources into, and there are some that they just I just don't know, they just like kind of abandon it or don't really do much with it. Like, it's just there and making money for them. You know, Bandai has the big boy gachas like Dokkan and Legends, and then they have these smaller gacha games, and SAO is one of those. Like, there's like no point in arguing with that. But yeah, I mean, what could cause the low revenue for the game? Now, in my opinion, it's obviously the weekly banners, and of course the one event per week schedule. I mean, this game has always had like weird schedules. I don't know, I always felt like the game didn't have enough content for a whole week. In my opinion, the new game mode should have released during the anniversary and not like after the anniversary. Like, we got news about a new game mode from the anniversary live stream, so I thought that, yeah, I mean, it's logical that we are getting it during the anniversary. Like, it would have been much more hype than getting it a week after the anniversary ends, like we did. And I don't know about Ultimate Battle, but you know, it's a difficult content, and I just don't know why they time limit it. Like, why is it even leaving? Like, isn't that like, I mean, they would be better off just leaving it there because new players have no chance to beat it. Like, the third stage for new players, or even the second, is or like very hard, even for older players, and you need a whole lot of units and resources to even beat it. Like, and as I said, a new player just doesn't have a chance against the event, and the resources we got out of the event are great. So I just don't know why it's leaving, honestly, because I mean, those types of game modes should stay there and don't leave. Then on, one thing which I remember, and I'm really disappointed that we didn't get last year, is that during the I think the half year anniversary or the first year anniversary, there was a pretty nice campaign where we could, like, all the weapons came back so that we could exchange them from the blacksmith exchange shop. So like, all the old weapons, even the new ones, like, all of them came back, and we could just exchange another copy of them, which I don't know why it didn't return this year. Like, they could have still released that. Yeah, again, I just don't know. Then on, one thing which I didn't really like, you know, there have been like old events, many old events, because we get weekly events, and they just don't bring them back. They brought back like 2 or 3, like, how many events? Like, I think the Edith Story events and like some other random ones from the like the way beginning of the game, and I don't know why that is. Like, new players should be able to get those resources that we got back then. So again, I just think that that's also a minus point for the game. So yeah, tell me your opinions down below. I mean, these were just my points that I brought up that I could think of. But of course, these are not the only issues in the game right now. So yeah, we'll see what will happen in the future of this game. Usually January is the month where gacha games like take a step back and think about and plan out the whole year. So I don't know how much content we'll get. Obviously we got the New Year Alice and Iris. Sadly, I don't think this release schedule could change. Like, this game will always have weekly events, that's for sure. And then one new unit banner per week. I don't think that will change, even though it's bad for gacha games. Like, in my opinion, it's not the best thing to have a new unit every week, but yeah, that is how this one works. So yeah, I mean, again, tell me your opinions down below. I'm very interested in what you've been experiencing with the game, if you are taking a step back after anniversary, and yeah, what you think about the game overall. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully we'll get news soon. I don't know when they are planning to release the next units, or if they plan to release units. If we won't get any news tomorrow, I will just make the non-tier list, because I will take that as, yeah, the ranking hunt is ending without like a second banner. So yeah, bye bye.